This is the most beautiful town in all of Mexico. Welcome to Guanajuato. Good morning from the beautiful town of Guanajuato, Mexico. Guanajuato, Mexico is located about 6 hours northwest of Mexico City and is home to colorful buildings, European-style architecture, and beautiful plazas. We are starting off the day walking to the main square in Guanajuato called Plaza de la Paz, and I will show you guys exactly what it looks like because it is beautiful. Alright, so we are now at the main plaza here in Guanajuato called Plaza de la Paz, and right behind me is the main church in the city. It is super beautiful, and this plaza really reminds me of a European town in the summer. There are just tons of cafes with people sitting outside drinking their coffee, and there's also a really beautiful garden. So we are just going to soak this up a little bit and enjoy the atmosphere. So we have just left the main plaza in Guanajuato, which is Plaza de la Paz, which translates to Plaza of Peace. And we are now walking towards the main market in Guanajuato called Market Hidalgo. And we have just stumbled upon so many beautiful buildings and plazas. So just wanted to show you guys just how pretty this town really is. So I will catch you guys when we get to the market. So we just walked by another beautiful park on the way to the market, as well as the famous Callejon del Beso, which translates to Alley of Kisses. And the story goes that way back when, there was a couple that weren't allowed to be together, but they found this alley with two balconies where they could kiss each other. So that is where they would go to spend time together, away from their families, so no one would find out. And now it has become a big popular spot where people go to take their famous photo of a couple kissing. So we have made it here to the main market in Guanajuato, Market Hidalgo, and it has everything you need. There is food, places to eat, your knickknacks, souvenirs, clothes. It really has everything, and it's a really nice, organized looking market, kind of something that would remind me of like a market in Europe. So we're just gonna stroll around, explore, and see what we can find. What do you think of the market? Thumbs up? Alright, so we just finished up at Market Hidalgo, and it was a market that actually really exceeded my expectations. It was very well organized and just had lots of stuff. It was really great. So we're going to continue walking around and see what else we stumble upon. Alright, so if you guys have seen any of my videos, you know that I'm a sucker for a good bakery. So we stumbled upon this bakery that had a loaf of Nutella bread. Huge loaf for $3.50. And there's supposed to be Nutella on the inside. So I'm gonna break off a piece. I'm so excited, kind of nervous. It is dense. Muy delicioso. So this year, because of COVID, the Monaco Grand Prix is actually here in Guanajuato, and all these Ferraris are behind me. Just kidding, it's not here. These are just my friends, you know. I'm gonna ride with them later. They're just doing a lap before coming to pick me up. So I'll see you guys in the Rari soon. So we have made it here to the main university building here in Guanajuato, and Guanajuato is a actually big university town, and there are actually 30,000 students that attend this university. And I mean, look how beautiful it is. If my university was this pretty, I probably wouldn't have skipped so many classes. Sorry, Mom. All right, so we are now at Teatro Juarez, which is the main theater here in Guanajuato, and it is really beautiful, really cool architecture, very European style. You can go in to look around a little bit, but unfortunately there aren't any plays or theaters going on right now because of COVID. So we're just walking through the streets here in Italy. They are super, super pretty. Just kidding, it's Guanajuato. Who would have known? Not this guy. So a couple hours have passed and we've just been walking around Guanajuato, taking the sights and the beauty, and we stopped by a bakery to get a little snack. We got a empanada picadillo, which is kind of like a puff pastry with minced meat, onions, tomatoes, and some other veggies inside. So we are going to enjoy this, and then we have a very special local event to take you guys to. So stay tuned. All right, so it is 8 p.m. and we are headed to a special event that only happens here in Guanajuato. It is called a callejoneada. Callejoneadas are essentially night walking tours where a guide takes you around the city playing traditional music and telling you stories of the past with a little bit of comedic relief. Now, these tours are all in Spanish, so we'll see how that goes, but I'm sure the atmosphere will more than make up for any joke that goes over my head. These traditional tours started back in 1962 when a group of students from the University of Guanajuato got together and started playing music as they toured the 3,600 alleyways here in the city. So I am super excited to check out this tour and see what it's all about, and of course, I'll be taking you guys with me. So let's go. Vámonos. All right, so we just finished up the Callejoneada, which is the traditional tour here in Guanajuato, and it was a really cool experience to walk around the alleyways at night, listening to the music, the stories, and even trying to pick up on some of the jokes. It even got a little heated at the end when they started talking about the alleyway of kisses that I talked about earlier with you guys. So we are gonna head back to our accommodation and close down for the night, but I will pick back up with you guys tomorrow morning because there are still a couple really cool things that I haven't yet shown you here in Guanajuato. So see you tomorrow. Hasta mañana. Good morning, buenos dias. It is another great day here in Guanajuato. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, and I'm gonna show you guys around the city. So in just a little bit, I'm gonna take you guys above the city to get a great bird's eye view of all the colors and all the beautiful buildings. But beforehand, we need to go below ground. Many years ago, Guanajuato suffered from a lot of flooding, so the city started to build tunnels below ground to help solve this problem. As the city began to grow and become more populated with more cars, the city continued to expand the underground tunnels to help solve this problem as well. So we are going to go explore the tunnels underground and see what they're like many years later. We just walked a couple minutes to this plaza and we found one, so we are going to go explore. I'm not quite sure how dark it is, but we'll find out together. So there are little sidewalk areas for pedestrians, and then there's also a lot of cars that will go underground here, which makes sense because after the initial flooding, they primarily continued to make these tunnels for the traffic, to help with the traffic. So you'll see tons of cars beeping, and just driving through these tunnels. So it's a pretty cool experience, and it's also a really good way to escape the heat because it's hot outside but nice and cool in here. Alright, so we're gonna see if there's any echo in here. Confirmed, there is an echo. Stone also thinks there might be bats down here. Have yet to see one, but we're pretending to be bats to scare off the bats. It's like a whole system underground that will take you all throughout the city, so you never have to go above ground until you get to your destination. So pretty cool. We are just gonna continue walking here a little bit and pop up soon. We've been down in this tunnel forever and we can't find a way out. Where's the light at the end of the tunnel? Alright, so that was a really cool experience exploring the underground of Guanajuato and feeling like you're stepping back in time a little bit. The tunnels are also much more expansive than I thought, and you can really go all around the city underground, which is pretty cool. So now that we've explored the underground of Guanajuato, I'm going to be taking you guys up above to get a beautiful bird's eye view of all of the colors that the city has to offer. So let's go. Vámonos! We are now at the main lookout point here in Guanajuato called Monumento al Pipila, and as you can see, it is absolutely beautiful. You have the main church in the background, the university, which is the white building, but you also just have every color imaginable. You have the blues, greens, oranges, reds. It is really, really beautiful. So we are just gonna hang up here for a little bit and soak it all in. Alright, so as you can tell, the city of Guanajuato is absolutely incredible, and the views from above only help a little bit put into perspective just how beautiful this place really is. So on that note, I'm going to end the vlog here for today, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, and don't do it for me, do it for the city of Guanajuato. And of course, if you're not already, make sure to subscribe for weekly travel vlogs. I'll see you guys next week. Hasta luego.